Hi guys, hope you're well. So it's been a very long time since my last video, and in all truthfulness, I think I was pretty much addicted to watches for several years. But I don't think that's the reason I quit Instagram and YouTube. I just think it had run its course. I did genuinely got a little bit bored of the process, a little bit bored of watches in general. I could not find true satisfaction in any watch that I ever bought, whether it was an expensive Rolex, an entry level watch. They were all the same. I didn't get that satisfaction. But one of the key reasons that I am back now making videos is that I bought a watch that gives you that fuzzy warm feeling in your belly. When you look at it on your wrist, you think, oh, mate, yes, that is a sexy looking watch. So that's one of the reasons. One of the other reasons is just to let you all know that I am alive and well, regardless of the dead rumours going around on the internet. I don't think you've even quite made it as a YouTube star like I am myself, unless you've got a fake death rumour flying around. So yeah, I'm alive, I'm well. I just haven't been sharing the process of buying and selling watches, which has still happened in the last 18 months. I bought 6 or 7 watches, which I will share the watches that I've bought and sold with you. Some maybe not classics in there, but very nice watches. I'll tell you what I've been up to when I haven't been doing watch content. What my watch collection looks like now, and the watch that got me back into posting about it. So we'll start off relatively easy in this video. Just to warn you now guys, there isn't much watch content in this video. It's just a process of me edging myself back into the process slowly and letting you know what I've been up to. Start with the wristwatch check. I am wearing the Hamilton Interstellar. Love this watch, 42mm. I've had it for a few years now. I love the watch, but I think I love the moving more, and that's why the wife and kids bought me this. 2017, I think they bought it, mate. And the movie is about a father and daughter, and the movie really resonates with me. And having daughters myself, it sometimes inspires me to travel thousands of miles away so I don't have to look after them either. In all honesty, I probably don't give the watch enough credit that it deserves, and that's probably down to its monetary value compared to the other watches that I buy. I think if you buy a more expensive watch, I think by default you think it's a better watch, but give it its credit. It's a fantastic looking watch. The 42mm size felt like a big 42 for a long time, but as my watch addiction has shrank, the things that used to piss me right off about watches, like lug length, micro adjustment, the way it wore, they've subsided substantially since I've stopped being addicted to watches as such, and now I just enjoy the watches for what they are. So it's been a real healthy process taking a step back, and hopefully I don't get too dragged in now I've started making videos again. So what have I been up to in this last 18 months? Well, fitness and health has always been a really big thing for me. I've always done a lot of running, but this last year and a half, I've been running a lot with my daughters, and I get a lot of satisfaction from that. They don't always like it, dad dragging them out for a run, but spending time with them, I absolutely adore it. And if it's a choice between spending time with my daughters going out exercising or locking myself in a room and talking to myself about watches, I know what I'd rather do. I've done a bit of DIY around the house. I've painted the front door. I've tiled the utility room and done the bathroom out. So I've done a few bits around the house. I have actually got notes here. I'm so rusty that I can't remember what to say, how to say it. I feel very conscious being in front of the camera again. Hopefully it doesn't show too much. I just love getting the camera out, having a beer, setting all the watches up. And I think I used to enjoy the process of watch shots and photography just as much as the watches themselves. I definitely haven't had that urge again in the last 18 months. I tried to get the camera out earlier in the year, and I just didn't feel it. I just could not be bothered. So I packed it all away, and I haven't really done it again since. I will try and get into it a little bit more, but maybe not. I've been trying to learn Spanish. Yo bebo muy bonito pan fin de semana. I've been trying to learn the keyboard. Both very difficult, but I find it a little bit more educational, a little bit more. It's a better way to spend my time than flicking through Instagram or wasting my time with watches, in all honesty. Oh, we've had holidays. I've been to Montenegro, I've been to Tenerife. We went to London for a trip as well. That was fantastic. Always great to go away with the family, isn't it? I've had 2 operations. One of them was the snip, which probably deserves its own video in itself. That was probably, the embarrassment was more painful than the actual process, because it was 3 women that did my operation. I've also had a vein taken out of my leg because it hurt when I ran, and that means I was holed up for 2 weeks while the Olympics switch on, which in all honesty, it was perfect timing, and I loved that time at home. So why did I stop posting and banging on about watches in the first place? I think I just ran out of steam. I just didn't enjoy the process as much anymore. I had a little bit of a conscience about, I'm a fully grown man and I'm spending more time than I should taking photos of watches, making videos. It can be quite a time consuming thing. And while it's a hobby that I was fully enjoying for the last few years, I just didn't get that enjoyment out of it. So I kind of stopped. But as I say, I have bought a watch that has made me fuzzy in my tummy, and I can't wait to share it with you guys, in all honesty. It's a watch that I've made a video about previously, and I completely dismissed it. I didn't get it and I didn't want it. And then I've tried it on a few weeks ago and totally love it. So, hey, what do I know? Obviously, I have bought a Rolex and Omega, a Tudor, a Bremont, a Grand Seiko, and a Raymond Weil. And these are the watches. The first one was the Grand Seiko Quartz GMT, the 39mm. Fantastic looking watch. Had it for a few months, I think I would say, and I loved it. I thought it was a fantastic looking watch. In all honesty, it's a small 39, a little bit of an issue. And I didn't think the dial and the hands, I don't think it was that legible. I don't think you could read it as easy as other watches. Super picky, super pathetic. And in the end, I just sold it for another watch. I've got nothing against the watch, but yeah, as every watch I've ever bought, by the way, I have sold. What was next? So I've been to Geneva a few years ago and I bought the Raymond Weil, the Freelance Diver, and it's got the Geneva Lake on the back of it, a special edition. I think there's only about 2,000 of them. And it's unfortunate with this watch because I had it a couple of days and then I sent it back. I just think it's simply too much of a big 42mm, which is an oxymoron in a way. It's either 42mm, it's not, but it's got really long lugs, 22mm wide bracelet, and the bracelet's gorgeous. The watch is super, super sexy, but I just think it's too big. And I think if they made that 40mm, I think they'd be onto a real home run because it could be a really, really popular watch, but it's not. What else did I buy? The big one, the very big one. Wow, well, this was flash. It was a Rolex Datejust 41mm. It's got the diamond dial, rose gold. Oh la la. That was a sexy watch. And as always with me, when I've bought a Rolex or a super expensive watch of that ilk, I just felt a little bit conscious in it. It's not an everyday wear. I don't think I go out enough to wear it for special occasions. And if you buy a watch that much, you need to get your wear out of it. But ultimately, it was more that we needed money for something else. I think we were doing DIY around the house or a holiday. So the reason my wife has always let me buy these ridiculously expensive watches is because I don't have an emotional connection to them. I will sell them if I need to. It's not that big a deal to me. A classic in the making, I bought the Tudor Pelagos 39. Really attractive watch. Really good looking. I've always loved the Pelagos. I've owned every variant of it. The blue, the black, and now it's 39. The only problem I did have with it was no date. For a daily wearer, I think you do need a date window on there. But the micro adjustment, it didn't work for me. It was either too tight or too loose, and I couldn't. I just had to wear it at one setting, so to speak, because the micro adjustment didn't seem to work for me. So it's almost like I needed a half link in there, which doesn't exist on the Tudor Pelagos 39. Again, I think I sold that because the wife was setting up not a new business, but she was moving into a new shop and she needed money for decor and stuff. So happily sold it to be part of the team of the family, really. A really, really surprising watch for me was one of Bremont's it's less popular models. It's the Bremont Airco. I got it on the bracelet and I got it in the white dial, and wow, it was almost the perfect watch for me in a lot of ways. It was very accurate, very good looking, super comfy. Looking back on photos, I think it suited me really well. I mean, it was the summer, white dial always helps in that environment. The only downside is the bracelet didn't taper and the clasp was just the same as on the Supermarine, so it's quite chunky and bulky compared to the rather delicate 40mm head with no bezel. So I shouldn't have sold that really because I found it really comfy. I thought it was a bit of a strap monster. It went really well with my Zealand rubber straps. It went well on leather, went well on a NATO. It was a fantastic looking watch. I did like it, but I wanted the money for a different watch. I bought some watches up on eBay and that just sold instantly. I think it originally only cost me about £1,800 from Goldsmiths as well, so not a bad effort. Last on the list, I bought an Omega Aquaterra 41mm used in the sale, again from the Goldsmiths used section. But I got it home, found it fantastic, looked fantastic, as the Aquaterra is fantastic. And it didn't wind properly. It was really, really stiff. And I thought, I'm not taking any chance with the used watch. I sent it back, claiming that it wasn't winding correctly. They accepted it, gave me a refund, fine. And then within a day or two, it was back on the website. So they've clearly not serviced it or done anything with it, unfortunately. So some really nice watches there. I've sold them. Some valid reasons, some invalid reasons, but they're just watches at the end of the day, aren't they? I have now got a core collection of 3 or 4 watches that I personally think they look great, they feel great, they wear fantastic. I'll probably save that for a state of the collection video later on. Give me something else to talk about in a different video. And if you're wondering, on my Instagram, any watch that is on there has now been sold or given away or traded or swapped. I don't have any of them. Every watch in my collection is brand new, apart from the Hamilton. So the watch that made me fuzzy, warm inside, I won't tell you what it is today. I'm going to share it for a dedicated video. It's just so good looking. It's beautiful. I won't go into too much detail about it. Other reasons, I have really enjoyed the process in the past of making videos, the community, the messages of kindness that people have sent through. It's been fantastic. I haven't really experienced that much negativity, which is surprising for a mediocre YouTuber as myself. And I also got an email from YouTube themselves just saying, oh, you haven't made a video in so long. You've done this many videos. And I think they mentioned that I'd had 1.5 million views, which of course, it's a massive number, especially for me and my subscribers. So I thought, it seems a lot to give up, and maybe I should give it another go. So I got that email, and then I got the watch within a week or two of that email, and it all sort of came together. But I think one of the main reasons is just to let people know that I'm alive and I'm well. And I love the fact that someone put he's dead. He just spreaded a fake rumour about me. I think that I really enjoyed that. So whoever you are, thank you for that. It's much appreciated. Thank you for your messages of support. I am alive. I am well. I have got that urge in my belly to start posting about watches again. I'll just need to see if I can upload this video to YouTube and remember how to use my camera for taking watches. I've got a great little collection. I will give you a little clue. There is 0 Rolex in my collection nowadays. And that was a big no-no for years. I felt like, I think ego kicked in a little bit. I needed a Rolex in my collection. It's just not the case anymore. There's maybe different things I look for in a watch. And yeah, would I have a Rolex? Yeah, I'm not against Rolex. But I think for every desirable superstar athlete that you see wearing a Rolex, there's probably equal amount of undesirables or different type of people wearing a Rolex that maybe doesn't inspire you quite as much. So yeah, you don't get that with Omega or other brands really. But yeah, I'm nothing against Rolex. I think they're fantastic. Still the king of watches, and if I could afford one, I probably will buy one in the future. But for now, guys, thank you for watching. That's me. That's the last 18 months. I'll see you in the next one. Enjoyable time. I'm rusty as fuck. I don't know what I'm saying.